More than 80% of riders admit they only clean their motorcycle when it looks really dirty, which means most of us are riding around with months of hidden grime, fading paint, and caked-on chain gunk. But here's the twist. Cleaning your bike doesn't have to be a long, boring chore if you know a few smart shortcuts. These aren't the same old use soap and water tips. These are weird, under-the-radar hacks that actually work, using stuff you already have lying around. At the end, I'll show you one trick that cleans without touching the bike at all. Number 1. WD-40 Chain Pre-Cleaner Trick. Most riders either skip chain cleaning entirely or go straight in with an aggressive degreaser and a wire brush like they're stripping paint. That's how O-rings get murdered. The smarter move is using WD-40 as a pre-cleaner, not the final step. Here's the trick. A light spray of WD-40 first, let it sit for a minute, then wipe. WD-40 is excellent at breaking down old chain lube, road tar, and gritty buildup. It loosens the sludge so your actual chain cleaner doesn't have to work nearly as hard. Less scrubbing, less pressure, less damage. This matters because chain wear isn't just mileage-based. Contamination accelerates it fast. Studies on motorcycle drivetrains show abrasive grit can increase chain wear rates by up to 3 times compared to clean, lubricated chains. Most of that grit is stuck inside old lube layers, not on the surface. Important detail. WD-40 is not your chain lube. After cleaning, you still wipe everything down and apply proper chain wax or lube. Used correctly, WD-40 never touches the chain in its final state. The result is a cleaner chain, longer life, and way less mess on your swing arm. It turns a 30-minute job into a 10-minute one, and your chain will actually thank you for it. Number 2. Leaf blower drying method. Air drying a bike? Welcome to the world of mineral spots, streaky plastics, and rust and hidden bolts. Microfiber towels help until they don't. They leave lint, miss crevices, and eventually start scratching paint if you don't swap them constantly. That's where the humble cordless leaf blower becomes a detailer's secret weapon. Just blast the bike down after a wash. Frame, tank, seat, switches, radiators, wheel hubs, all of it. Water gets blown out of places you didn't even know existed. No rubbing, no pressure, no contact. Best of all, it's fast. You can dry a full-size adventure bike in under 5 minutes. Professional detailers use this method all the time, not because they're lazy, but because it works. Compressed air drying is standard in automotive shops. It just hasn't trickled down to home riders yet. But it should. In fact, detailing forums report that air drying reduces swirl marks by up to 80% over time compared to towel methods. That means better resale value, better paint life, and less need for polish or correction. So, the next time somebody laughs at you for using a leaf blower on your bike, let them keep scrubbing water spots off their chrome while you're already back on the road. Number 3. Toothbrush plus baking soda for engine fins. Air-cooled engines look badass until grime builds up in those cooling fins like ancient fossil layers. Water alone won't cut it, and scrubbing with harsh brushes can scratch the aluminum or peel off paint. That's why old-school mechanics swear by a simple, underrated combo: a toothbrush and baking soda paste. Mix a little baking soda with warm water until it forms a thick paste. Then dip in your toothbrush and start scrubbing between the fins. It's mildly abrasive, just enough to lift out grease and road grime, but gentle enough to leave the finish intact. It works especially well on older bikes that haven't seen love in years. You rinse it off with a low-pressure spray, then go in again with a microfiber towel for detailing. Bonus points if you hit it afterwards with a fin comb to get the perfect straight lines. And get this, baking soda has natural deodorizing properties too, so if your engine's picked up that musty garage funk, this will take care of that too. According to home cleaning research, baking soda is the #1 recommended natural degreaser for aluminum surfaces, and for good reason. Number 4. Furniture polish for plastics. You probably bought that $20 motorcycle plastic restorer once, used it twice, then watched it collect dust on a shelf next to 4 other overpriced miracle sprays. But here's a hack. Basic furniture polish, the kind you'd use on a coffee table, works shockingly well on faded fairings, tank plastics, and side covers. Pledge, Swiffer, or whatever off-brand lemon-scented magic you got under the kitchen sink. Spray it lightly on a microfiber, wipe over the panels, and boom, it brings back shine without feeling greasy. Even adds a light anti-static coating which helps repel dust and grime for a few extra days. It won't fix gouges or deep scratches, but it will fake a showroom glow before a ride or sale. Just avoid spraying directly on hot surfaces or near brake components. It's slippery stuff. Consumer surveys have shown that over 60% of riders regularly use household products on their bikes, and furniture polish is one of the hidden stars. You don't need to drop cash on a dozen motorcycle-specific sprays when Grandma's wood polish makes your plastic look brand new. Just maybe skip the lavender scent. Number 5. Vinegar on windshield bugs. Few things are as disgusting or persistent as sun-baked bug guts plastered across your windshield. You can scrub till your arms fall off, or you can let chemistry do the work. Enter warm vinegar. Not white wine vinegar, not balsamic, just your classic white vinegar, the kind that smells like a failed science fair volcano. Soak a microfiber cloth in it, slap it on your bug-covered windscreen, and walk away for 5 minutes. No rubbing, no sprays, no elbow grease. When you peel it off, the bug splatter comes with it like peeling dead skin after a sunburn. It's weirdly satisfying. Vinegar is mildly acidic, so it softens the protein splatter without harming the plastic. Just rinse with water to avoid any lingering smell or haze. The trick also works on headlights and helmet visors if you're desperate. According to one detailing study, insects left untreated for more than 48 hours can permanently etch plastic windscreens, especially in hot weather. So this isn't just a lazy hack. It could save you from a cloudy, ruined shield. And it'll cost you less than $1. Number 6. WD-40 on spoke rust. If your bike's been sitting a while, or you just got a great deal on an old beater, chances are the spokes look like a middle school science experiment. Surface rust on chrome or stainless spokes is common, especially on older cruisers and dirt bikes. But before you break out the wire brush and start scratching up the metal, try something gentler. WD-40 and steel wool. Spray a little WD-40 directly on the rusted area, wait 30 seconds. Then go in with superfine grade 0000 steel wool. Not the stuff you use for dishes, that'll gouge the surface. Use light pressure and polish in small circles. The WD-40 acts as both a lubricant and rust penetrant, lifting oxidation without tearing into the metal underneath. This method can make decades-old wheels look new in less than 15 minutes. Just be sure to wipe everything clean after, especially near brake rotors. Rust is one of the biggest resale turnoffs. According to resale data, visible corrosion can drop perceived motorcycle value by up to 15%, even if it's just cosmetic. So yeah, it's not just a beauty tip, it's a money move. Number 7. Foaming glass cleaner on the wheels. Most people only think of glass cleaner for windshields and mirrors, but foaming glass cleaner, the aerosol kind, is actually one of the best kept secrets for cleaning motorcycle wheels. It clings to vertical surfaces, lifts off brake dust, grime, and chain loop splatter, and doesn't attack your paint, powder coat, or rubber. Here's how it works. Spray it on dry wheels and let it sit for about 30 seconds. You'll see the foam turn gray as it pulls dirt and oil to the surface. Then, just wipe it off with a microfiber towel. No rinsing, no drama. For stubborn spots, a second pass with a soft brush is enough. Why does it work? Most foaming cleaners are ammonia-free and contain surfactants that break down oily residues better than your typical soap. That makes them ideal for modern alloys, blacked-out rims, and even older spokes. A 2022 detailing survey found that over 60% of riders spend more time cleaning their wheels than any other part of the bike. So if you're still on your knees with degreaser and a toothbrush, this trick might just save your back and your patience. Number 8. Tennis ball on exhaust tip. Yes, you heard that right. A clean tennis ball can clean your exhaust tip better than half the expensive detailing tools on the market. It sounds like a joke, but this one's been used by old school riders and car guys for years. The fuzzy texture grabs loose carbon buildup, soot, and road grime without scratching the inner lip or forcing debris further inside. Just insert the ball slightly into the exhaust opening and twist gently. It conforms to the shape of the tip and works like a sponge with just the right amount of abrasion. It won't get every single crevice, but it'll handle the visible part, which, let's be honest, is all most people care about. This method works best on chrome or stainless pipes, especially ones with a large diameter like cruiser slip-ons or performance pipes. On smaller tips, you can cut the ball in half or use a high-compression foam ball instead. Fun fact, carbon buildup can add up to a few grams of soot every 1,000 miles. Not enough to hurt performance, but enough to make your exhaust look like you've been dragging it through a barbecue pit. Number 9. Aluminum foil and water for chrome. If you've got chrome pipes or accents starting to show that dreaded orange dust, don't panic. And don't reach for expensive chrome polish either. Grab a piece of kitchen-grade aluminum foil, dip it in plain water, and gently rub it over the affected area. The trick here is that aluminum is softer than chrome, but harder than rust, so it scrapes off the oxidation without harming the surface underneath. Water acts as a mild lubricant, preventing micro scratches and creating sort of a polishing slurry as the rust dissolves. This hack works especially well on older cruisers or neglected exhaust headers where pitting and haze have set in. It won't fix deep corrosion, but it can restore the look of mildly rusted chrome in under 5 minutes. Bonus, aluminum also leaves behind a temporary protective layer of aluminum oxide, which helps slow future rust. It's not a replacement for wax or sealant, but it's better than nothing, and way better than letting rust take over your pipes. It's a garage trick that's been passed around on forums for years, but almost no one actually tries it until they do. Number 10. S100 engine brightener for blacked out bikes. If you ride a bike with a matte black engine, like many Harleys, Rebels, or newer naked sport bikes, you probably noticed how fast that satin finish turns into a chalky gray mess. Heat, sun, road grime, and cleaning products all conspire to make your blacked out engine look washed out. That's where S100 engine brightener comes in. It's not a greasy spray or a fake gloss enhancer. It's specially formulated to restore the original dark, even tone of black engine casings and heat-treated parts. Spray it on after a full clean and let it dry. No buffing needed. Unlike stuff like Armor All, it doesn't attract dust or melt off in heat. It's heat-resistant, low sheen, and designed for this exact job. And while it's a niche product, it has a cult following. Over 85% of verified buyers on RevZilla gave it a 5-star review, with many calling it a game changer for blacked out bikes. If you're riding anything with powder-coated or wrinkle-finished casings, this stuff brings back that factory-fresh look in seconds without making your engine bay look like it just ran through a fryer. Number 11. Use chain wax, not oil, for easier cleanup. Most new riders start with chain oil because that's what everybody talks about. But here's the thing. Chain oil's a mess. It flings off like a toddler with a paintbrush, leaving your rear wheel swing arm and license plate looking like you parked in a tar pit. Now multiply that by 3 to 4 applications per month and you've got a recurring disaster on your hands. Chain wax changes the game. Unlike oil, it dries into a tacky, semi-solid layer that doesn't fling at high speed. That means cleaner rims, cleaner pants, and best of all, much easier cleaning sessions. No more scrubbing baked-on gunk off your rear spokes like a medieval servant. According to a 2022 survey by Chain Reaction Moto, riders who switch to wax report up to 70% less rear-end cleanup time. And that's not even counting reduced chain grime. Plus, most modern waxes offer similar or better longevity, especially in dry conditions. You don't have to be obsessive to appreciate the time saved. Just one switch, and suddenly your whole bike feels easier to maintain, and you're not the guy whose swing arm looks like it's been deep fried. Number 12. Q-tips plus brake cleaner for bar switches. Your handlebar controls are probably disgusting. Sweat, sunscreen, road dust, snack crumbs, yes, really, all end up wedged into those tiny seams around your starter button, kill switch, and indicator toggle. And since most people never clean them, the grime just hardens into mystery crud until your switches start sticking or stop working altogether. Here's the fix. Grab a Q-tip, spray it, not the bike, with a little brake cleaner, and work it gently into the crevice. You'll be amazed, or horrified, by what comes out. Brake cleaner evaporates fast and doesn't leave residue, which is perfect for electronics as long as you don't flood anything. A 2023 maintenance poll by RevZilla showed that nearly 35% of warranty switch replacements could have been avoided with regular cleaning. That's thousands of riders blaming the bike when the real culprit was sweat and Dorito dust. It's the kind of 2-minute hack that makes your bike feel brand new again. Just don't reuse that Q-tip for your ears, unless you want to hear your kill switch begging for mercy. Number 13. Baby oil for helmet visor anti-fog. You're running late, it's cold out, and the second you breathe, your visor fogs up like a teenage car window. Anti-fog inserts exist, sure, but what if you're broke, lazy, or already out riding? Grab some baby oil. Yeah, really. Apply one tiny drop to a microfiber cloth, buff it gently into the inside of your visor, and you've just created a light hydrophobic layer that helps reduce fogging. It's not industrial-grade magic, but in casual riding conditions, it works shockingly well. Just don't overdo it, or you'll end up riding through an oil-slick blur like a Bond villain. A DIY motorcycle maintenance survey in 2022 found that over 40% of riders had never applied any anti-fog treatment, and almost none knew about this baby oil trick, which explains why so many people ride with their visors cracked open and bugs flying in like unpaid passengers. Is it a permanent solution? No, but it costs you pennies and keeps you alive until you can afford proper gear. And if nothing else, your helmet will smell like a freshly diapered toddler instead of stale sweat, so win-win. Most riders clean their bikes like it's a ritual. Same soap, same towel, same results. But half of that effort is wasted without knowing these little hacks. Whether it's a tennis ball down your exhaust or a toothbrush in your engine fins, the devil's in the details. And so is the shine. You don't need a $300 detailing kit or a professional garage. You need curiosity, a leaf blower, and maybe a little vinegar. If any of these tricks blew your mind, imagine what else you're missing. So hit that subscribe button, and next time someone spends 2 hours polishing their bike with 10 products, you can sit back with a smug grin and one tennis ball.